Hey guys, today is all about Penny and her favorite things and my favorite things that help me deal with her. So one of the first things I want to talk to you about today is how I manage her hair. You'll see right now it's in a couple pigtails. They aren't perfectly even, but the hair is out of her eyes. So it took a long time to grow out her bangs and a long time to get to this point. She's perfectly comfortable with having them in. I make sure that they're loose enough that it doesn't hurt her, and this way she can see. I like to use these clear hair elastics. I get these ones from Superstore. I used to buy some from the dollar store that were more colorful, and while it was cute because I could mix and match the colors, I did find that they would catch on her hair a lot, and when I would pull them out, it would hurt her a little bit. These are a lot smoother, a lot softer. They don't hold her hair as tight, so it does mean fixing her ponytail more frequently, but it's worth it because these don't hurt her at all. And just a side note, when it comes to grooming her, I do brush her hair a few times a week. She mats really easily, and it used to be so bad where like as soon as she would start to mat a little bit, it would just snowball and it would be uncontrollable. And then whenever I would take her in to be groomed, they'd have to shave her, and then it was really traumatic for her. She wouldn't move, she wouldn't want to eat, like it was really bad. So now I take her in about every 7 to 8 weeks, and then she gets groomed. That way she doesn't have to get shaved, or she still gets shaved but not like down to the skin, and we've been able to maintain her ponytail and her ears, and it's just so much easier. Another thing I like to use for her face is, this is from Tiber River. This is called For Your Eyes Only, and it's an eye wash. So I simply just squirt some on a cotton pad and then wipe underneath her eye wherever it starts to leak. Sometimes you notice on dogs with white faces that they have some discoloration. That's from their eyes leaking, and this helps with that, and also helps to get any gunk off her face so that she isn't uncomfortable. Plus, it kind of stinks, so it's a good way to make sure her face is nice and clean. Ever since Penny was a puppy, whenever we would take her for a walk, we would always use a leash. She isn't wearing a collar right now just because it's winter and we don't put her out on the chain, so I don't have the collar there to hook up to her. Like, she just goes in the backyard and can roam free. But typically we would just use a leash and just hook it up to the little hook on her collar. Recently we decided we needed something a little bit more heavy duty, so we did buy this harness off of a friend. This essentially straps around her body, and then her legs are through here, and then her neck goes through this hole. And this is a game changer in terms of me feeling more comfortable taking her for a walk. Like, I don't feel like anything's going to let loose and she'll be able to run away. And I also feel like it's so much better for her neck because it doesn't tug on her neck at all. It's just like a full body harness. So I highly recommend this. I'm pretty sure that this one was from Walmart, and it also has a matching leash. Pet corrector. So this is supposed to stop barking, chasing, stealing, and jumping up. I don't know about the stealing, but I will say that the barking and the jumping up, for sure. This is especially helpful when you have company coming over and your dog is freaking out. It isn't a loud, high-pitched noise or anything. It's essentially just a blast of air. Like, it sounds like this. Come here. It scared her a little bit. That's okay. What's that? It was just air. It's just air, honey. So essentially, whenever we're at the door and I have to use that, this is what happens, and she comes, and then I can usually get her to sit by my feet. And she is not interested in barking and jumping up on the people anymore. But it's completely harmless. It's just compressed air. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You're a good girl. You didn't do anything wrong. Now, one of the most important things I feel like I'm going to recommend today are boots for your dog in winter. Penny, in the coldest temperatures, like when we've had these like cold weather warnings, or anytime it's basically below -15 or like -18, whenever she goes outside, it's just like immediately her paws are so cold that she's picking them up, and it usually takes her a while to find a spot to do her thing, and it's just really sad to see. It's obviously hurting her, and we needed to have a solution. So I had tried socks, like the little dog socks, before on her, a couple different pairs, and they always just fell off. One winter we resorted to pieces of cut up rag and putting it around her feet with an elastic around it, and those also did fall off. They were better than the socks, but still a temporary solution. We started looking online at some different dog boots, and then we found these, and the reviews were great. So we went to Pet Value and we picked up a pair. So these are called the Ultra Paws. So this is a boot. It has a rubber lining on the top, the front and the back. So the dog's paw goes in, it clamps around their ankle, and then it straps in with 2 different straps. After the first couple times of putting them on her, I think she realized that they actually are helping her, so she doesn't even struggle to get them put on her anymore. It's just part of our winter routine, and they are the biggest game changer. And I'll show you how to put them on. So this is the boot, and it has the bottom strap and the top strap. So what you do is just make sure it's as open as it can be, and you take the paw and slide it right in, so you can pinch your toes at the bottom, you know it's all the way in. The bottom strap wraps securely around the bottom, and then the top strap around the top, and there's one boot. And then you do that for the other 3. I find it's easier if she's facing forward for her front 2 paws, and then I turn her around for her bottom or her back 2. There are all 4 of her booties on. And now that she's all done outside, it's easy to take them off. You just undo the Velcro and slide them off. Roll over. Good girl. High five. Over here. High five. Good girl. Lay down. Good girl. Sit up and shake. Up and shake. Good girl. And one more rollover. Good job, honey. So I only have a couple more things I want to show. We're going to switch gears into food. This isn't food, but this is a food container. We haven't actually used this yet, but we got this for Christmas from my cousin Alicia. Shout out to Alicia. So this is a storage feeder. It stores up to 5 pounds of dry food, and it has airtight latches, and it also has non-skid feet, so it grips onto the floor. And this is the perfect for traveling. It does come with dishes that you go put in the top here. You store your food. The little feet have to get attached though. I'm looking forward to using this when we travel in a few months with Penny. I think it's a really good idea, and I think she got this off of Amazon. And then here's a little fun thing. Penny got this for Christmas from Andrew and Nicole, my brother and my sister-in-law, but Nicole actually made it. So I don't know if this is something you can even buy. So you might have to learn how to make it yourself, or get yourself a sister-in-law as lovely as Nicole and as talented as Nicole. So she wove it with fabric, and it's a snuffle rug, and it's all this like pieces of fabric. And you put them in there, and then they get lost in there, and then this distracts Penny for like, I don't know, I'd say like realistically like a solid 5 minutes. If you find that your dog is really bugging you and you just like want to be left alone for a minute, but you still want them to like be super happy and do something fun for them because you love them so much, then this is perfect. So I'll show you how it works. So you can sprinkle some treats on, and then I like to really dig them in there. This is just freeze-dried chicken, so a nice little low-cal, high-protein snack for the pup. Not yet, honey. Good girl. Kate, get them!
Every once in a while, we like to give Penny a treat. And not all treats are bones. This is Little Caesars. She doesn't suspect a thing. We like getting the slices because the other kind is, it's like a pate, and you have to slice it up. These ones are just, you open it and you dump it and it's already sliced and nice. And she doesn't get as crusty eating these ones. Is that for you? Is that for Benny? Oh my goodness. Oh, what's this? Leave it. Leave it. Okay.
So those are a few of our favorite pet things and a few of Penny's favorite things. Let me know if you have any suggestions or any questions about any of the things I showed you today. And I'll see you in the next video.
And what's your favorite pet food?